4 ways technology is changing how people learn. In schools all over the world, technology is changing how students learn and how teachers teach. We're moving from individual learning towards more collaborative learning. We're moving from more passive learning to active learning. Differentiated instruction and personalized learning are becoming more popular. We're becoming multitaskers more than ever before. From individual to collaborative learning. Based on what we saw in the video, we know that in order to be successful in the future, students will need to be collaborative workers and get along with others. Technology can facilitate that collaboration through a variety of ways. Peer editing is a great example of how students can collaborate with one another to share suggestions and ask for clarification. When using a paper and pen, comments can be hard to read, but with word processors, students can simply type easy-to-read corrections and comments. The latest version of Microsoft Word has pop-up comments and a revision feature that allows the author to accept or reject suggestions automatically. These professional tools help students to work together to revise written work collaboratively. A second example is internet projects. These can vary from different subject areas, including science and social studies, for students to research specific topics. The Global School Net's Internet Projects Registry has a list of curriculum-based projects for students at a distance to work on together. This is a picture of the Global School Net website that allows students to work collaboratively with people all around the world on projects. In your practicum experience, how often do you see students collaborating with each other? If you don't see it at all, what are some ways that collaboration could be more of a focus? From passive to active or brain-based learning. MIT has developed a teaching format called TEAL, Teaching Enabled Active Learning. It merges lectures, simulations, and hands-on desktop experiments. TEAL classes feature collaborative learning, students working in small groups while sharing computers, desktop experiments with data acquisition links to laptops, media-rich visualizations and simulations delivered via laptops and the internet, personal response systems that stimulate interaction between students and lecturers. With this classroom setup, desktop experiments are mixed in with lectures as well as group problem solving and discussion. This type of teaching format encourages students to constantly participate in class using all types of technology right in front of them, instead of having to sit and listen to teachers talk for long periods of time, which can get boring very quickly. This type of classroom setup also encourages collaboration between students since they are sitting in groups during the entire class period, working on projects or on computers doing activities or experiments related to that day's topic. Collaboration and active or brain-based learning go hand in hand with using technology in the classroom. This type of setup would be very beneficial in an elementary classroom because in most elementary schools, students are already sitting in groups at their desks. Students can be actively engaged in lessons if they share laptops with their groups and participated in activities or experiments that furthered their learning. This is an example of what a TEAL classroom setup would look like. What types of active learning would you want to incorporate into your classroom?
The rise of differentiated instruction. Differentiated instruction is a model of instruction that revolves around the belief that students learn in many different ways. When it comes to technology, new doors have been opened for differentiated instruction. It has added many new ways for students to complete their work, and it has helped students with disabilities be able to participate in a normal classroom because of new technologies that have been made available. Differentiated instruction with technology can include audio-taped books, iPads, computers, or any other type of tablet and the programs or apps that come with it. Technology has proven to be a great tool for differentiated instruction by allowing changes to content, channels of input, and means of output. Based on your own observations, how has technology helped teachers better their differentiated instruction practices? The phenomenon of multitasking. People view multitasking in many different ways, and the truth is, when many kids and teenagers are multitasking using technology, they are not necessarily doing things that are very productive. Research has shown that multitasking actually reduces focus and that study time without distractions produces better learning. Multitasking is an unavoidable part of life, but it is proven to be better if students do it outside of school-related activities. A study was done by the University of Oxford where two groups of people, 18 to 21 years old and 35 to 39 years old, were required to perform a certain task that required concentration. During the task, they were interrupted with a phone call, a text, or an instant message on their computer. The 18 to 21-year-olds completed the task better until the interruptions were introduced. The 35 to 39-year-olds wound up completing the task better overall because of the distractions did not affect them as much as the younger people. This study proves that multitasking can be a distraction, and even if you do learn by multitasking, you cannot retrieve the information as easily. Based on your own experiences, has multitasking hindered you or helped you when it came to completing school assignments? Based on the information that we have gathered, it is evident that technology is and has already become a huge part in the way we do things in our everyday lives and in the classroom. It has changed the way we represent content and how students learn. It is very important that we as teachers and also every student learns how to use different pieces of technology and also learn from technology in all of the ways we have discussed already before they are released into this very technologically advanced world we live in. If we do not learn everything we can about technology and how we can use it in education, and if students aren't appropriately instructed on how to use it, I believe we will find ourselves at a great disadvantage when we move on throughout different opportunities in our lives.
Because technology has become such a huge part of our everyday lives, it only makes sense that technology is now a large part in education too. Many jobs and careers use extensive forms of technology, so while students are still in school, they need to learn how to successfully use the proper forms of technology. Whether it's computers, iPads, or smartboards, technology can facilitate student learning in that students become more collaborative, more actively engaged, and learn how to multitask while teachers are able to differentiate their instruction using these types of technology. Even for us, it's obvious that technology is changing the way we learn and most of the time furthers our understanding.